Choosing a university or college degree is a big commitment. It's a good 3 to 6 years of your life and tens of thousands of dollars in tuition fees, all for a career you better hope you still want by the end of it all. So which university courses are a waste of time and money? Which degrees don't translate to high-paying careers out in the real world? Welcome to Mindnificent. In today's video, we'll walk you through the top 10 college degrees to avoid and why they might as well be considered useless in the contemporary job market. Even better, we will cover useful degree alternatives to make sure you have the best shot at that dream career you know you want. Click that subscribe button if you want to be smarter with money and learn all the things about getting rich. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Number 1. Music degree. You might think studying music is the right way to go about becoming the next musical prodigy, but in reality, this degree barely offers any useful experience for the modern musician. Instead, expect to spend hours memorizing and rehearsing musical theories that are so broad you will probably never use them after graduating. If being an awesome musician is what you really want, you're better off developing your own music profile that's marketable to networking connections within the industry. Finding and nurturing these connections is the best route to becoming the star musician you want to be, as well as practicing, performing, and writing your own music, which should be done earlier rather than later. Number 2. Library Sciences degree. Next on the list is a library science degree. Libraries are wonderful places designed to engage readers in a vast range of text types, but with every passing year, they become more and more irrelevant. In 10 years, the New York Times predicts print media will become obsolete, and this unfortunately includes libraries as well as their staff. All that money spent on your degree will essentially be useless in 20 years' time, so don't let yourself be caught up in the downfall of the library era. Instead, pursue market research or jobs developing in the technology sector such as database administration or information technology systems, which have the same appeal of a library science degree but will serve you significantly better. Number 3. Creative writing degree. You might have the mental spark to create unique stories, but how would you feel if your work was marketed by an outdated system of creative values? Most senior professors prefer teaching century-old writing techniques instead of contemporary fiction, ultimately leaving you with a lack of creative skills for the modern world. Even worse, the degree has limited postgraduate applications. There are much better ways to learn to express yourself that don't have the price tag of a 4-year degree. For example, starting a blog is an awesome way to experience writing, responding to feedback, and developing an audience you could potentially earn money from. All these skills are necessary for every creative writer, even after graduation. So why not get a head start on the inevitable learning process and skip the degree altogether? It's honestly the smarter choice. Number 4. School education degree. Becoming a high school or primary educator might seem like a secure career path. After all, schools always need teachers, right? As a matter of fact, job opportunities for teachers are declining as the market is oversaturated with them, and even worse, they're underpaid. Nearly anyone can become a teacher, even with a different type of degree, leaving a mass of educated teachers unemployed in society. If you really want to share knowledge with students, why not begin educating through a YouTube channel, creating your own online course, or even signing up for a teaching platform? A social media course could be very useful for the marketing of your services, and with the recent global pandemic, online teaching is becoming more and more popular as well as profitable. Number 5. Philosophy degree. Among the most impractical of degrees is the philosophy degree, with little real-world applications to offer other than maybe a fun debate here and there. Despite its interesting nature and fascinating content, there really isn't any value of a philosophy degree to an employer unless you're trying to become a philosophy teacher or professor. As such, you're better off pondering the complexities of the universe in your own time through books or online resources. Expressing your passion through a YouTube channel or podcast could also earn some potential profit if you are really passionate about philosophy in the modern world. Number 6. Fine arts degree. Next up, a fine arts degree might sound like the ideal degree to flex your creative muscles daily, But what about when your work is solely judged based on subjective bias? Even worse, you are constantly expected to generate new creative input when such a skill can be stunted by art block or even a bad day. A fine artist earns an average income of around $41,000, but must then pay off a $50,000 degree, which is stressful to say the least. Ultimately, if you truly love creating art, you're better off teaching yourself a specific skill using cheaper online courses on graphic design, photography, illustration, or whatever gets your creative juices flowing. Building a solid portfolio or freelancing using these skills will enhance your service value, essentially building you a better career than a degree could. Number 7. History degree. Unless you want to become a history professor or teacher, a history degree doesn't really demonstrate any significant skills to a potential employer. With an unemployment rate of 18%, many historians are left with little job opportunities in society. Even so, jobs like museum curating can be pursued by people with no history degree anyway. So why bother spending money on an expensive degree with minimal application? If you are serious about history, you're better off combining it with an education degree rather than a standalone history degree for better employment opportunities. Furthermore, why not consider creating historical content on blogs to express your passion and potentially profit off it too? Number 8. Fashion design degree. Designing apparel and building a fashion portfolio might only seem possible through a fashion design degree, but that couldn't be any further from the truth. Most fashion designers studied something else in college or don't have a degree at all. Rather than going to university and wasting your money, try going to fashion school where practical skills are prioritized over theory, or build your portfolio by designing at home and using online resources to better your skills. In addition, focus on gaining hands-on experience in the fashion industry, as well as working under an experienced designer through apprenticeships to learn practical skills. These methods are significantly more effective in securing this popular career, especially with so much competition in the industry. By investing your time and money into better resources than a college degree, you can learn everything you need to know to become an awesome fashion designer without the expensive degree. Number 9. Theology, religious studies degree. Your passion and commitment to religion may inspire you to pursue a theology degree, but the lack of job opportunities and suboptimal pay might have you reconsidering your options. With degrees averaging around $30,000, it's a real investment to study theology. You might think careers in the academic field are likely, but even then, there is massive competition for such roles due to a lack of other options. Ministers and preachers rarely have a degree in theology, indicating that nearly anyone can enter the field, leaving you $30,000 poorer and wondering why you ever chose the degree in the first place. If you really want to pursue a career in religious studies, consider attending Bible school as an alternative route to theology success, as they are generally cheaper and more applicable to religious practices. Number 10. Computer science degree. Finally, we have a computer science degree. At first, you might think any tech degree is worth taking, but traditional education is always slower than technological development. I mean, think about it. With new technology and software evolving every year, how is a multi-year computer science syllabus meant to keep up? Assuming you want to learn to code and create cool software, why not use platforms such as Code Academy or Treehouse to build your own website to start? Employers want to see you have relevant experience and a commendable portfolio, not expired knowledge from old textbooks. Once you learn the basics, you can branch out into app design, software development, or even user interface design. So go ahead, why not start now? Before pursuing any of the degrees on this list, consider the monetary investment a degree costs and its potential profit for your future. With the average public college charging $75,000 and a private institution costing $155,000, you really need to consider if your degree will actually give you a competitive edge over people who chose the same career as you, yet didn't do a degree. All the mentioned degrees are not only minimal in value, but a massive cost to the average student when there are so many alternative options to be explored. That's all we have time for today. If you're halfway through or have already completed a degree on this list, tell us your story in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, please click on that subscribe button and bell notification button because more magnificent content is on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.